You know, right before the holidays, it's a great time to tackle the dreaded sweets that we are all inevitably going to indulge in. I'm so excited about this segment. I can't even talk because I'm talking about sugar. I'm talking about things that I like to say I'm addicted to. But Samantha Taylor is here. She is going to help us because she classifies herself as a former sugar addict who's now been converted. And hopefully going to help everybody. Samantha, how are you?
Good. You know, most people look at me and they go, oh, what? No way did you struggle with sugar.
I was one of those people that did that.
And you're like, dude, you're a health nut. Maybe you just don't understand what it's like. But, you know, I grew up eating a lot of sugar. You know, our family was around a lot of times, holidays, baking cookies, emotional times. And that's one thing that's really dangerous with children is that you create all these emotional connections to sugar. And I grew up just eating it in mass quantities. You know, when I was a kid, we used to get all the change and go to the pharmacy and buy candy bars and just binge on it. And then when I got older, I found that my eating problems with sugar got worse and worse. And I found that the more I ate, the more I wanted.
I will say, I'm curious because, you know, obviously there's the difference between having a sweet tooth and what you're talking about.
Right.
How do you know, how can you identify with one of those groups?
Well, the difference is if you can't just have one cookie, if you can't just say, oh, I'm just going to have a cookie and I'm going to not think about it for days. A sugar addict has one cookie and 4 cookies and 5 cookies, and then they're scheming their next plan. What am I going to eat next? And it's also impulsive. Like if you can't walk into a break room and say, no, I'm not going to eat that today. I just had lunch, but you feel impelled to eat it, compelled to eat it, and you can't not eat it. That's where you know you might have a problem.
I'll say, so you identified the problem for others. You identified it within yourself. What needs to happen? What were you able to do to kind of make that change after you made that identification?
The thing for me is being a health expert, you know, I just turned 43 and I've been studying health and fitness for 25 years. So it took me years and years of studying how, you know, again, I'm not a medical doctor, but there's a lot of research that shows that cancer feeds off of sugar. And when we talk about Alzheimer's disease, diabetes, you know, we're talking about a serious thing that this country is plagued with diseases, and many people believe that sugar is a part of that.
I will say, you know, the thought of being able to kind of give it up cold turkey, really, I can't imagine because I'm one that likes to have chocolate right after the meal. So what steps do you take? Do you start with weaning?
Well, no addict wants to give up their addiction, so you might be a sugar addict. I don't know. But the thing is the fear that you have is, what is life going to be like without it? Am I going to miss it? Am I going to, like I used to enjoy having my brownie fudge sundaes at restaurants, and I could never say no to dessert. So I used to eat whole pans of brownies. I couldn't go a day without sugar or chocolate. So when I turned 43 years ago, I just set a goal to say, you know what? I'm done with this. So one thing that's really great is you can find alternatives. So this chocolate is called Lily's chocolate. It's sweetened with stevia. There's literally 5 grams of carbs in this entire bar. So it's just nice to know. You said you've had this before.
Yes,
you know, it tastes
I have.
like chocolate.
Yeah.
And you can actually melt it and dip strawberries in it. You can dip, we've got a recipe for healthy cheesecake with no sugar. You dip that in the chocolate. I mean, it's just amazing.
Well, I was going to say, I see some cookies over here.
Yeah, this is a double chocolate chip cookie that literally has 2 grams of net carbs in the whole cookie. So, I mean, it just tastes delicious. And then this is a sweetener that has no sugar in it. So it's having substitutes to say that you don't have to give up all the sweet stuff, but you don't want it to be sugar as the base because it is so toxic.
I will say, what's interesting, you were stressing the carbs that were found in this, not necessarily the sugar. So that's the thing that you were talking about eliminating. Carbs, fat, you're not trying.
We believe in eating a high-fat eating plan. So it's fun to eat fat. Like I told you, this cookie's got a lot of fat in it. And you're like, oh my gosh, should I have fat?
Exactly.
So we really teach our clients about food and nutrition, and we help them understand that fat is not bad. You should be eating fat, but you've got to know what kind of fats to eat. So we do a lot of seminars. You can go to one of my websites and get recipes there for delicious cheesecake, chocolate pecan pie. I mean, I'm talking eating stuff that you will eat it or your family will eat it, and they will say, there's no way this is healthy.
That's what we like. Well, I really like this. I like identifying whether you have a problem or sweet tooth. Samantha, I love your tips. And again, she shared her recipes online. Please feel free to log on, go to your website, or even give her a call, and Samantha can definitely help you one-on-one. Again, there's the website, there's her phone number, and all of the locations that she's currently taken care of.